Hello group, I'm back with another video. It's kind of a special video. In two of my videos I talked about my collection, and in that very first one I had a list of reviewers, and I wanted to mention how how they helped me and why I follow them. That's the more important. How, because I followed them, how I grew this. So the very first one I followed was Dallas. He wasn't the very first fragrance video I saw. The very first fragrance video I saw was from over 40s fashion, and that was only because I searched for fragrances for a mature man, or mature scent, and so his was on there because he's over 40 fashion, and he did have a fragrance video and related to his fashion videos. So that was the very first one I sent. Then I just did fragrances, and then I got to this list of reviewers. And the very first one I saw was young Dallas at Chaos Fragrances. And I saw a video of him. And he's been making them for a while, and he made them since he was like 16, and he's probably in his mid-20s now. So he's had a lot of videos, and I've seen that progression, in his videos by going back and watching his videos. So in his vein, I've got these listed in like 4 parts, and with Dallas, I soon went on to a bunch like Dallas that do reviews, and top 10 lists and all that stuff. And the ones I follow, I'm going to look down here every once in a while. Mrs. Floss isn't here to stop me either. That's pretty good. Normally she'd be like, look up, look up. Anyway, so the ones I have listed here are TLTG fragrance. That's Ross. I watch him a lot, and he really helped build most of this because a lot of mine is from the rack stores. And if you ever watched him, he's like thumbs up, thumbs down, buy this, buy that. And I bought a lot of what he said. And it's turned out really good. He had some really great ones back there that are really good. So anyway, that's one. And then, Justin Copeland, him and Ross have done some. Big Beard Business, I've watched him. And another one is Best Brands Perfume. They call him Uncle Chris. And I laughed last time. But he puts out a lot of content. And the reason why I follow these people put out a lot of content is because I wanted to learn also. I didn't know anything. So I wanted to see what was what. Not that I would buy everything they said, although I might have sometimes, and that you learn that quick. Don't be buying everything they say. But I wanted to learn what's even out there and what are they, So those are ones I followed. And then 2 that are on here that I got to mention that are in a different vein, but the similar stuff, is Mike D Reviews and Bow Tie Fragrance Guy. And I'm putting them similar because both of them bring on, Mike D brings on his girlfriend Kels, and the Bow Tie Fragrance Guy brings on his wife, and I don't know her name. But I like that female perspective. I like that they bring them on. And when you watch their videos, the chemistry between the two, and, I really like it. They really make you feel like, it's somebody you could actually sit there in your living room and talk to. And I really like that. I like both of them. And, they bring a sense of humor to it, too. And so that's, I do follow them for fragrances, but that's another reason I subscribe to them. And then the next section that I have, one I have to mention. I should have mentioned him at the top, but I'll mention him now. The Brooklyn fragrance lover, Carlos, who unfortunately passed away. We lost a lot when he passed away. And I've gone back and watched all his videos, and I really liked watching his videos. I wish he was here to make more. And with him would be Steve Redolescence, because they made a lot of videos together. So once I followed both of them. And then there's 2 female ones I have here. The first one is Jules de Rose, and I say that completely wrong. And, she's got that beautiful French accent. But that's not why I follow her. I do like that accent, by the way. And the one thing I do like her, where she does 50 fragrances in 3 words, that's amazing. She sounds like Eminem there, or, whatever. The way she could just flip through those words, she's pretty good. But anyway, I do follow her. And she's given me some really good ones for my wife. Ones that other people don't talk about, but she's like, this is one you want to get, and I have. So that. And then there's Curly Fragrance and Michella Curly Fragrance. I do follow Curly Scents, some. I watch her. But Curly Fragrance, I love watching because she's funny. She's just funny. And she's a person you would just, I like her. I would like her to just be here sitting in. She's funny, And sometimes you want them people in your life, the people that make you laugh. We need to laugh more in this life. And she's a person that can do that. And then if you really watch her, she has that public persona in YouTube that makes everybody laugh and, hey, come on, let's loosen up, have some fun. Don't take yourself so seriously. And then she lets on that that's not her private life. You know, what she's saying in that public thing is just to lighten everybody up. But that's not who she is privately. And that's a really important thing to get. But I really like her. I like following her. And she has good reviews on stuff. And then the last set, it would be, these would I put in a different category. One is the School Scent. He's kind of new to me. I don't know how new he is to the fragrance. I follow him because he gives a lot of in-depth stuff, some insight into the fragrances, like the teaching. And then there's Max Forte, who similarly does that. And he's gotten me a couple of these that lesser known, you know, that other people don't talk about, but they're good. Dunhill, I probably shouldn't, man, it's a black one back there. Dunhill Icon Elite. Yeah, he mentioned that. He said, you know, nobody buys this. Perry Ellis M. Nobody talks about it. He's like, Perry Ellis M. You're going to want to get this. Mago, you know. So these little ones that back there that he just, you know, knows that they're good and that nobody's talking about them, but you know, they're not niche or anything, but they're inexpensive. Get them now while they're inexpensive. So I do like him. And the last one I do follow, and I follow educational purposes. Plus, he's a very nice guy when you listen to him, and that would be Sebastian Jarred, Sebastian Jarred, and he's the perfume guy, and he is, you know, he's awesome. He just, if you ever watch his videos, when you go into the description, he breaks down his video by what time, so you could just go to one you want. He gives every note for every fragrance. He has his collection's huge. And today he actually put out a video, or yesterday, where he explains that, why his collection's huge. And he says he's really not a reviewer. That collection is, he's building a studio to be a consultant. Now think of that, he's building a studio to be a consultant to people who are going to come in and maybe help them pick out a fragrance. And he says that in there. He says that, you know, where else can you go? Like you can't go into Macy's and talk to the girl behind the counter and tell her, you know, the Chanel girl to tell you about Dior, you know. And so, like, I'm lucky. I have a place here in Lancaster, the Scent Masters, where the owner will sit and talk with a bunch of people in the fragrance community. And that's a good thing, and not try to get you to buy something and just let you browse and all that. But that's very rare, you know, to be able to find that. And so that's what Sebastian Jarred seems like, you know, the owner of my place that I follow. So I actually like that, and I like how much I've learned from him. So anyway, that's the ones I have. I'm going to list them in the description, and I'll just put a link to their page. I'm not tagging them. This is not a tag video or anything, because I am going to put it on YouTube, because I'm not these people. You shouldn't follow me, okay? I'm just a grandpa learning like you know, learning this. But these people maybe you do want to follow and watch their reviews, because they really do know what they're talking about, unlike me. I'm just telling you what I like, you know, and why I'm wearing what I'm wearing. So anyway, have a nice day as always, and I'll talk to you later.